Hello everyone, it's Small Farmer 6M10. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to day 20 on the big 132 Small Farm diorama display. It's a very busy time of the year, very exciting as well as we get into harvest season. First bit of corn or grain cereals being cut today from both farmers. Good bit of action going on and a few unfamiliar sights going on as well, so let's get into it. Okay, so getting into it. First off here we have Michael in the John Deere 3050 doing a bit of fertilising, and he's just going after a bit of lock of land further away from the farm with his Braddock. Nice setup I must say, and a spotless 3050. Moving on up in the field, on John's farm, he has his brother in doing a bit of jobs today on a Saturday of this time. And he has his 6610, and he also has another tractor doing a few jobs. But anyway, he has his Ford 6610, and he's just out with his Chafer water bowser that he's converted from a sprayer, and he's just using it for moving water and all. And he's just bringing a bit of water into this field. It's going to be for silage, but because John he doesn't have enough ground that's ready for grazing, he had to sacrifice a bit of his silage ground to graze for a few days, but he had to take a loss. Mick, unfortunately, he hasn't had it all grazed before he handed over the farm. But a bit of water he just put in on this very hot day, 27 degrees, and it's boiling, so it is. Coming into the yard, the John Deere 7430 is parked up today, and so is the Abbey tanker. The Land Rover is also parked up after moving the cattle into the grazing into the silage field there. And then John, he had a job there this morning. He got a puncture on the gator and he had to replace the tyre. He said he decided he's going to replace the tyre, but he got caught up with another job, so he's kind of left it alone for the minute. His bale trailer is there and the header trailer for the combine. There's no header on it at the moment, which means that the combine must be out. So over here, combine is out and it's all been power washed down. There's been a load of dust on it, so hence why it's so shiny at the moment. He has a few bit of help going on today. One of his mechanics, Eugene, which works in the New Holland dealership, he's on a bit of overtime today, a bit of an extra job, and he's just doing a bit of welding on the exhaust there as there's leaking a bit. And then there's also his son there, scratching a bit of dust and old bit of muck from the header that's built up. So he's just taking that off. And then John himself, he's in a New Holland 6635 and an old disc mower, which will do as a topper. Just topping this paddock here, and he'll hopefully put the cattle into it next week for grazing. He's just got a borrowing of his brother's tractor, so that's what he's doing there. I also like to say he also bought this trailer there during the week off Dundee, a very nice example after being resprayed and new hydraulic rams and seals in it, so it should serve him a long time. So yeah, it looks good and should be good for the grain. Moving on here into the main road, we have an old farmer in his John Deere 3140 that he bought off the auction, and he's just making an appearance today. He's has a back actor, and he's just after doing a bit of tidied up around his farm, and he's just bringing the back actor back to his friend. So he's after borrowing it, and he's just using it for tidying up the farmyard. Also on the road is the council, and they're coming back from a job. And look who it is, it's Mick from the old farm, and he's going past his farm now. It's he's not feeling too good about it, but yeah, he has his job in the council with his 4CX, and he's busy as always. He's just following a new 3CX in front of him, and yeah, he's keeping busy anyway. But he's going to call in next episode. He's going to call in to see how John is getting on, and he's going to see how he is. Over here we have David spraying this winter barley crop before it's going to get harvested. The last bit of spray going on to make it finished off and topped off. So David has just got his friend in. It's not actually David driving. He's just in the 7930. You know, a bit of a modification there recently. He just added a chrome exhaust, so it makes it look quite stand out. And the tree that he's going to have to unfold up the sprayer again as he met a tree. Over here on the hill we have David here in the New Holland T7225 on the triple mowers. Now the T7 usually doesn't go on the triple mowers, usually the New Holland 8870, but since New Holland 8870 is on the baler, they have to put the T7 on the mowers, and that's going to mow a bit of hay. Bit of good weather coming this week, so should be able to get it made by Wednesday before the weather breaks. So that's about it there in John's side of the farm. So here in the New Holland dealership, there's the usual crack going on, but there's actually quite a few exciting appearances today. As we said last episode, there was a new tractor coming in. So this is the new tractor, it's the Ford 8830 Power Shift. Quite a rare and nice example of one you could find. It's currently on a subsoiler and it's in from Holland. It's a very clean model and it's bound to be sold within the next few days. There's a good few farmers, collectors have their eye on it, and there nearly would be a fight over it. So sought after, and there's so many people have their eye on it. But anyway, there's a John Deere 6210R. This has been in many times, this John Deere, it's given lots of problems. And there's another problem with the radiator, it needs a new radiator, it's after leaking or so. But yeah, not that reliable, but it has a good bit of work done. There's also a Ferguson 20 in here, being left in to do a few repairs as after it's been working very hard on the bog. So that's about it here on the New Holland dealership.
Right, so kicking it off outside PJ's land. PJ and his buddies here, Kevin and Rob, are hauling from the bog, and PJ in front of this International. They're bringing in PJ's turf first, and then they're going to do Rob's, and then they're going to do Kevin's. Yeah, Kevin has the County 1474 here, with a little Massey trailer. He has it loaded to the brim with turf, knocking a couple sods off, but yeah, it's an animal in the bog. He might get it stuck now, but we'll have to see. Then we have Rob in his International 745S with the link box. One of the arms have collapsed, so he's dropping a couple sods here, as you can see, but he'll make it to PJ's. And PJ just after here turning into the lane there, and yeah, they're going to unload these and then they're going to head off and do more turf. So they're helping each other out and they'll get the job done quick. The County is just parked up, as the link arms, they're not the right link arms to fit onto the link box, so PJ had to park it up and just call it quits for the County for today. But yeah, it should be back doing a bit of forestry soon. The 3C is just parked there. It was after doing a bit of work there recently, so he's giving that a day. And then the rest of the stuff is just parked up. PJ's son here is bringing up the sheep up to a bit of land. They're after cutting down and making it into a paddock for the sheep. And as you can see, the sheepdog is just there. You can also see in the corner here, the fox is just scoping out the sheep, seeing which one's the fattest for its dinner tonight. So here we have Cuddy Forestry. It's just on the way down over to PJ's. They're just gonna knock a couple trees and pick them up for PJ, and to let all the wood dry out for the winter time. Then we have the local hire company here. After renting out the Yamaha digger and the quad bike, they're heading down the road. So the contractors have a loan of this New Holland combine. The dealership gave it to them for a while because they bought a new Case IH harvester, but it's still being manufactured. So for the minute, they have this bigger one, but sure, no hassle because they can put the hours up on that one. Then we have the Massey 8280 with the cane half pipe. They don't have another grain trailer, so they're just gonna use the half pipe, but they're not gonna fill it all the way because it'll be too heavy on the trailer. It's grain's heavier than grass, so there you go. They're gonna use the half pipe. Then we have Stephen in the TW10 with a McConnell hedge cutter. He's just cutting the hedge there for visibility as the tractor's coming in and out. It's a bit of a hazard, so he's just doing that. This field should be ready for cutting soon enough. The headlands are a bit green, but yeah, there'll be no hassle. That should be cut fairly soon. The contractor's fast track is just following the combine and Massey. He's ready to cart grain as well, so there'll be no bother to him. In the grain store, one of the workers is just sanitizing the grain store, and the John Deere self-propelled harvester is just in there. It should be ready for second cut fairly soon. And then the Ford New Holland 8870 hooking up to the New Holland. That'll be following the harvester. It's gonna pick up the straw and sell it on fairly soon. Everything else, all the equipment is all parked up. Nothing really else. So here we have John in the 14990 Fiat. He's after turning the field of hay, and then the contractors are just going to turn it for him in the McCormick MTX 175 and Krone rake. They're going to rake it up, have it looking lovely. The grain store is empty at the minute, but it'll be fairly busy in the next day or two, as all the grain is a go. I think they're already harvesting down the country, so yeah, it'll be very busy and they'll be getting in the quarry's loading shovel. Over here in the quarry, starting down the gravel pit, the Doosan is loading up the Volvo, and the Doosan digger is just parked up there. The Fendt 939 is coming up the road as the Merc is just waiting to go down. It's going to get loaded. They never had a lorry coming down here, so yeah, they never had a Merc down here, so it'll be nice to see a big lorry getting loaded by the Doosan over there. So yeah, everything else is pretty much packed up. That JCB telehandler hasn't been moved in a week or so, but yeah, other than that, everything's doing well, and we'll head on to the outro.
So thanks everyone for watching today's video. It's been a very exciting and eventful video. We also like to take a mention for Killian, who came up and helped us with this scene of this episode and bringing up a few of his models. It's been a pleasure having him up here on the mod farm, and we hope to see you in next week's episode, where there'll be a start of the harvest of the barley and so forth. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next video, and if you did enjoy, please like the video, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye for now.